You better thank a union worker. What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. It's Epiphany Tanya and
Tony
MAGA right there. Anyway, so we are here. We're going to give our commentary tonight. And so we got a few topics to talk about, but I think somebody wanted to say something.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, so he did his part. But anyway, so this is Epiphany Faith Politics. So I thought I'd try my hand. We're here for the first time together on a longer video, make sure you share this video because something's going weird. YouTube don't want this message out, but we're here to tell you the truth about what's really going on in the political realm. So we're going to get it started here. Epiphany Faith Politics. You got Epiphany Tanya here. We got my husband, Tony, MAGA. We're both MAGA. So we're that, it used to be 10%. I think we might be up to like 30%. 17, 20, maybe even 30% now. Yeah. We're of the 30%, because if you look and you see what we happen to look like, you might try to assume that we're Democrats, but we're not. Oh. We're the 30%, I think it is, 20. Yep. I don't know. We don't know what's the numbers now because it fluctuates for each poll you watch. So some people are saying it's about 17% of blacks that are supporting Trump right now. Some say it's 20. I think I saw some poll that said 30, maybe it's like 30% black men or something like that. So anyway, so we are here and we're going to talk about some political issues. So let's hear. What's the first question?
What do you think of Kamala Harris?
Well, I'm going to flip it on you, hon. What do you think about Kamala Harris? And then I'll give my commentary after that.
Well, I think Kamala Harris is a whack job.
I almost spit my water out. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness.
I think she's more unstable than the ocean.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hold it together in this video. Okay, what? Did he just call her a whack job and say she's more unstable than the ocean? Okay, keep going, but.
What do you think about Kamala Harris?
Well, so let's go back and let's backtrack to she was the AG in California, and we know that she literally withheld evidence that would have freed thousands of black men, but she decided she wanted more slave labor in the prison system, so she withheld that evidence that would have freed them. There is a guy who, I think his name is something Love, who is sharing his story around the internet. That's kind of going viral. Who she falsely accused, who her office has falsely accused this man and almost sent this man to jail for life for a crime he did not commit. She also locked up black single mothers at that, for truancy when the parent's child had an illness that prevented her from going to school. So this is just some of Kamala Harris's record. Okay, so that's prior to her ever stepping foot onto Capitol Hill, prior to her ever stepping foot into Congress and in the Senate and all of that. Well, now, fast forward a little bit. What about all the support? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I got to back it up a little more. She's a big time supporter of Planned Parenthood. She's given hundreds of thousands, maybe millions to Planned Parenthood, right? So there was a reporter over there in California who broke a story about what was happening in the Planned Parenthoods, that they were actually saving the baby's body parts and selling them on the black market for the stem cells. And so this reporter broke the story of the news, and all of this stuff that I'm sharing today, you can go research this for yourself. So this reporter broke the story of the stem cells that they were selling the baby's body part, like they had like a hidden wire and camera, went into the Planned Parenthood offices and was talking to the staff and the people who worked there, and was trying to make a deal just to show that they were what they were doing. Well, she prosecuted that person. She prosecuted this reporter for busting the story, for breaking the story open about the Planned Parenthood, because her and Planned Parenthood are like this, two peas in a pod, right? It's like sister companies. They've given her awards now. She's given so much money. And a lot of times this is taxpayer money that she's donating and giving to Planned Parenthood. So go do the research. We know that Tulsi Gabbard exposed her on the debate stage back in 2020 when she was running for the president. We know she had the lowest ratings of any of the candidates that was on that debate stage. Her, Joe Biden, Tulsi Gabbard, running Bernie Sanders, that were all running for that spot for the Democratic nominee to go up against Trump in 2020. But she had the lowest scores. But how did she end up as the VP? Well, we know that Joe Biden said, I'm going to pick a black woman. Not I'm going to pick a qualified person. Not I'm going to get the best person for the job. I'm just going to make sure I give this job to a black woman. He didn't care whether she was qualified, whether, but the thing about the Democratic Party is they want someone that they can control. That's how you have insert Joe Biden, insert Kamala Harris, insert Barack Obama, insert Bill Clinton, they want someone who they can control. And this is what ticks them off so much about Trump, is because Trump was his own man. He had his own money. He could not be controlled like these other politicians. And all this time before now, that spot, that presidential seat, has been puppet mastered until Trump came along and blew the lid off of everything. So this is just one of the reasons. There's many reasons why they hate him. But that's one of the reasons, because they are so hungry and thirsty for power. They have to have this power of the seat, of the control, the money that they are making, the warmongering, the fact that they support all these wars. It's a money laundering business that they have for the wars. And so this is putting money in their pocket. Look at all of their net worth. Look at Nancy Pelosi's net worth. Look at Chuck Schumer's net worth. Look at AOC's net worth. All of them have made buku substantial money, supposed to be public servants. How is it a public servant has become millionaires and billionaires in that seat? It makes no sense, because their salary is not in the billions of dollars or millions of dollars. Their salaries are like 100, 200,000 at the most a year, supposed to be. But look at their net worth. They've really profited. So they're so thirsty for the money. They're so thirsty for the power. They hate Trump because Trump couldn't be bought. Trump was his own man, did what he wanted to do, say what he wanted to say, and they really, really hate that. So going back to Kamala Harris, though, that she only got that position, right? She is the ultimate DEI hire. Now, sometimes when they say this DEI hire, it doesn't really make sense, like a Fannie Willis, because she's elected. So you can't say it's a DEI hire if the public elected her, not unless they stole it, which we know. That's, anyway, I'm going to be quiet on YouTube because they don't like when you say certain things. But Kamala Harris is a definite DEI pick hire, which really, you think that it stands for diversity, equity, inclusion. No, it stands for discrimination, indoctrination, and exclusion. Discrimination, exclusion, and indoctrination is what the DEI stands for. But what do I think about Kamala Harris? I think she's a shrill. I think she's a puppet to be puppet mastered, and it's just somebody for I think we give Obama too much credit as far as him being in control. I think he does have a big level of influence, and I think we are going to be seeing Obama 4.0 with her, right? Because he had his 2 terms, and then we got third term with Obama, and now with her that'll be O'Harris, O'Harris together. But I mean, I could go on and on and on. It's just horrible. It's just, it's really frustrating. Just think about the fact that she has so little respect for Black people. To throw somebody's booty shaking up on the stage, what does that have to do with politics? No one can really say or tell me. what does she really stand for? Her main platform that she's running on, besides the things that she's now stole from Trump, is abortion. It's reproductive right. What are you reproducing? There's nothing being reproduced when you're killing a baby. So that's her main platform. Now she's stealing all this stuff from Trump. So she's going to give tax credits. You know, she stole that from JD Vance. She's going to give the several $1,000s of the tax credit for the child tax credits. And she's talking about, she's claiming, but you have to understand that the Democrats have a pattern and a history where they lie, right? When have they ever, they always say they're going to do all these things. They make all these promises. What did Obama do for you besides give you a free little government phone and give you horrible Obamacare? So you think it's so great. It's wonderful for you, but for the taxpayers, we are all paying the price and suffering. It's people that are paying taxes for Medicaid, for Obamacare, who can't even afford medical health insurance for themselves. So make that make sense. When you're working hard, and the only people that are really getting healthcare, free healthcare, is those that are living off the system, grifting off the system. So anyway, there's so much I can say about Kamala Harris. She's not qualified. Give me a coherent speech, time and space, and unburdened by what has been, and all this stuff that doesn't make any sense. A friend in need is a friend indeed. You better thank a union worker. What in the world? What is she talking about? You better thank a union worker. You better thank a union worker. What? So she just gonna so this is the thing. I'm sorry. My black people, why? So I'm gonna take it back to my little my little short I did. I have to bring this back home. And I was talking about a church I went to where one of the leaders was saying, if all it took for that man, she was talking to the single women, this was before I met my handsome hubby right here. She said, if all it takes is a hamburger for that man to get you, don't look for him to buy you a house. This is the relationship between Black America and the Democratic Party. If all it takes is for them to say, you better thank a union worker. If all it takes is for them to throw somebody's booty on the stage and make them twerk in front of you. If all it takes is for them to, you better thank a union worker, to give you some Pam Grier 90 black station exploitation movie dialect, then why in the world would they follow through on any promises? And this lie of the $25,000 to buy the house. Okay, well they're just gonna, whenever they do stuff like that, all they do is they get their money back one way or another. All they're gonna do is get their money back, right? I think it was when they did the stimulus checks in the beginning. Well, all that money, you're paying all that money back in taxes and inflation right now. You know that, right? One way or another, that money's coming back to them. So even if they were, which they never do, the Democrats never keep their word. Even if they did follow through on this promise, that money's coming back to them. You're not going to see that money. It's going to get sucked into the price. While the homes are $500,000 now, $500K now, it's going to be $700K when it's all said and done. That money's going to be sucked up. You're still not going to be able to afford the home, even if she were to keep her word, which we know she's not. Look at the pattern. Look at the history. She's in office right now. Why is she not doing any of those things? So anyway, we are out of time. I go on a roll sometimes when it deals with these Democrats. Oh my goodness. You better thank a union worker. So that's all for now. This has been Epiphany Faith Politics. Anyway, this has been Epiphany Faith Politics, and you have something to tell the people?
Like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Thank you. Bye. Until next time. See you later. Come back. We have so much more to say.
A lot more.
If you give a description of a suspect who happens to be Black, you'll be accused of perpetuating racial stereotypes. If you say there are only two genders, you'll be accused of hate speech. If you want regulated borders, you'll be accused of xenophobia. If you are not attracted to a transgender person, you'll be accused of bigotry. If you don't support supremacist militia member. If you vote Republican, you'll be accused of not wanting black or brown people to run the country. If you say there are only two genders, you'll be accused of hate speech. If you don't support every suggestion, plan, or claim based on the environment or the Green New Deal, you'll be accused of being a climate denier. If you make a personal decision based on your own unique circumstances as it pertains to your own health, you'll be accused of being an anti-vaxxer. If you raise questions or concerns regarding any COVID protocol, you'll be accused of being anti-science, even though you're pointing to their own data and statements they made on the record. And last but not least, because we haven't got all day, no matter